What if I have been injured by a drunk driver? Hi, my name is bajric&ramic. I'm a car accident lawyer here in the St. Louis area. And today's topic is going to be injuries caused by drunk drivers. So what are you entitled to if you are injured by a drunk driver in a car accident? Basically, the steps are almost all the same, except when it comes to damages, there's an extra aspect to it. And those claims or lawsuits are usually worth a little bit more money. Well, I say a little bit, probably a lot more than your standard car accident. So let's assume you get rear-ended by a drunk driver. So you are still entitled to get property damages paid by either his or her insurance company if they had it at the time of the collision, or your underinsured motorist coverage if they were not insured at the time of this collision. So back to your damages. Number one, you still are entitled to property damages. Number two, you are still entitled to your medical bills. Number three, you are entitled to your lost wages. And then number four, you are entitled to pain and suffering. So in addition to those four that you are entitled to, even if the driver was not drunk, you are now also entitled to punitive damages against that driver if that case goes in front of a jury and they decide because of his drunk driving he should be made an example of and he should be punished. Therefore, the punitive damages aspect of a drunk driving claims. Insurance companies try their best to resolve those before lawsuits filed. Sometimes we have to file it and push it all the way through, but they end up paying on them anyways because at the end of the day, the cards are stacked against them if the vehicle driven by the at-fault party was also, driven by a drunk driver. And then the next question that I've gotten a few times is the drunk driver automatically at fault if an accident happens? And the answer is no, he's not. So let's assume you are driving down the road and you rear-end a vehicle that stopped at the stop sign. Whose fault is it? Well, it's your fault, but let's assume the driver that you rear-ended was drunk. Can we fault him for anything in this instance? The answer is no, we can't. Therefore, they're not automatically at fault. It gets trickier the deeper we go into it. So let's assume you are, using your cell phone, driving down the road, you blow a, red light and you T-bone somebody. Whose fault is it? Well, turns out it's your fault. Well, let's now assume that the other driver was drunk at the time of this collision. So the question is he at fault? He may be, because Missouri is a pure comparative fault state, so that drunk driver may carry a little bit of the fault. So let's assume he saw you coming down the street and he still proceeded to, enter the intersection. So a little bit of fault can be attributed to him. So the question becomes, could he have avoided this collision but for the fact that he was drunk? It's a fact question for jury to decide. So the short answer to the question, is the drunk driver automatically at fault if there's an accident? The answer is no. We still need to prove that there was some negligence on their part. So if you have any questions, call me at 314-352-6800. Thank you.